Enjoyed playing that one for you all. Yeah, so keep standing. Right? Keep standing. So it is Thursday morning on the Street 919 FM. I am Google with you, and I am here with you until 2 o'clock. All right? Here with you until 2 o'clock. So, what's going on? I have some interesting discussion I want to have with you guys this morning. All right, very interesting discussion I want to have with you this morning. So don't touch your dial, stick and stay. It's very interesting, and I want to get your view on it before 10 o'clock. All right, so join me and share the live. Join me on the Street 919 FM Facebook page, also on IWER TV on YouTube. And let's talk. I have a question I want to ask, and I want to hear, and I want to hear shortened answers. I don't want long-winded answers. I want to hear shortened answers on this question that I have for you guys. All right. So I'm waiting for you to join me on Facebook and on YouTube. Join me on Facebook and on YouTube now, and let's discuss. I want to discuss this issue this morning. And when you come in on Facebook and on YouTube, just let me know where you're looking at me from. And, I will say my hellos and hi to your community. So when you join me on Facebook, let me know where you're looking at me from. When you join me on YouTube, let me know where you're looking at me from. And we're going to have a nice, healthy discussion before 10 o'clock today. Remember, at 10, we have Miss Nicole Hawkins and Associates, and they're going to be with us today. All right, so I have a question I want to ask you guys, and I want to get that answer from somebody who's listening.
Not by might, not by power, but the Spirit, says the Lord. They may come against me, but my strength has become my song. By your power, you parted the sea. Lift the scales from my...
All right, so the question that I have for you today, Trinidad and Tobago, the question that I have for you today is a simple question. All right, a simple question. It's a question. It's something that's happening, and people are having serious issues with what's going on. So the question that I have for you today is this: if you have a savings account at a particular saving, you have a savings account, right? And in your savings account, you haven't interfered with the money at all. You didn't interfere with it at all. All right, you're not interfering with the dollars. You're leaving the dollars there because it's a savings account. All right, it's a savings account. So you're not interfering with the money at all on the savings account. All right, you're not interfering with the money at all in the savings account. All you're doing is you're just saving money. in the account, and the bank then calls you and say to you, you need to come in because your account is inactive. Your account is inactive. So we want you to come in. I want you to tell me, those of you on YouTube and those of you who are looking at me on Facebook, and they said to me, they're saying to you that your account is inactive. It is inactive. It's not, they could close off the account because it's not active. But you're saving, it's a savings account. All right, let me say good morning to those of you joining me from Miaro. Miaro is in the house. Okay, so it's an inactive account. You're not using it to say using it. All you're doing is you are putting saving, you have, let's say you have about $3,000 saving in the account. And the bank then calls you and say, hey, your account is inactive with $3,000 in it. And they tell you if you don't come and activate the account, they will close the account. I want to know, how can they close your account with $3,000 in it? So I want you all to explain to me. I want somebody to call in. I might be sounding ignorant and foolish to some people, but it's a question that I would like someone to answer today. If anybody can answer it, I'll appreciate it a whole lot. All right? Anybody could call in and explain to me, when the bank, you have an account in the bank that is $3,000. You have $3,000 in an account. All right? You have $3,000 in an account, and the bank then calls you and tell you, here what, your account is inactive. You have to come in and stuff like that. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Pastor Google.
Hi, good morning.
Yeah, I don't know how many years it's supposed to be inactive. But what they do, according to they send the money to the central bank. And the central bank keeps it. And when you go back to the bank, you said you could say you want your money. They will then write the central bank and ask back for the money and give it back to you. It's something with the laws, the banking act, some kind of thing. Right? Gone. See you.
Okay. Hello, good morning.
A pleasant good morning to you, Pastor Google. Greetings and blessings and love to you and your family.
Thank you.
Pastor Google, I don't know too much, but the little I know, when you put money in the bank, small money in the bank, and if you put it there and it's just 5, 6 years or whatever, do you know you'll be paying charges for, what do you call it, tax or whatever it is every month? Do you know they'll be taking out money out of your little savings every month with service charge? Did you know that, Pastor Google?
Yes, I know that.
But that is what it has come down to. They're going to be taking a little bit at a time, They're asking you, they're reminding you that they're taking, But the point is how they could wait till it's done to call it. I don't understand that. You see, these people and bankers are something out of this world. You will have money saving in the bank and you go there and look for a loan. They're charging us so much high interest. And using your money when you have there and make a big interest on it. Oh, God, Pastor, everybody has quality. Yeah? Anyhow you turn, it's something. But if it's your problem or somebody that's no problem, like the gentleman just said, do that kind of thing. This too. Because we don't deal with bank in Trinidad too tough. I deal with bank in America. When I want my little money, I go and push my Visa card and I get what I have to get and I go and move. All right?
All right. Thank you very much.
Too much scheme and culture in these banks and nobody doing nothing about it. Banking and insurance company. Imagine whole year you're paying for your car insurance and you don't have no kind of claim or nothing and they're raising insurance on you. You understand? I don't understand that. There's a lot of things we don't know. And we have nobody to write records in the right department. Everybody's calling and scheming. Have a blessed one, Doctor. Dr. Google, always try calling others. Always step it and call it doctor. You see that doctor thing, claim it in Jesus' name, eh? It could be the doctor in the clergy, a religious doctor. It could be, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
But Mr. Mohammed, David Mohammed, used to tell me that. He said, Mr. Sunapuna, you always calling me Dr. David Mohammed. And I think he have a doctorate in something somewhere. You know, so when I said Dr. Buka, don't laugh, just claim it. All right?
All right, thank you.
Mr. Darling.
All right, hello, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Google. Now, the reason why the bank will do that, I can tell you. Every month, you suppose, as far as the bank is concerned, either to deposit or withdraw. And by virtue of that, at the end of each month, the bank will take out a certain amount, and they call it service charge. That's the reason why he told you that. Thank you very much.
Okay, hello, good morning.
Hey, Pastor Google, Toronto, here again.
I'm all right.
Hey, Pastor Google, that thing is that these people is really, really difficult. Look what happened, eh? I opened an account for my son here, right, back of Montreal in Toronto here, right? And he was going to school at that time. Okay, I opened the bank account there, savings account there. Pastor Google, when I go back to check on his account, you know that the amount of money they take out from and talk about, not just raise it there. They call them like a charge. You put on it like you see, if you have for example, you have a checking account, right? You pay a certain fee at the end of the month or whatsoever. But the savings account, they don't do that. So they take off fees, right? And when I go back, I have to remove it because the amount of money lost already they take out for fees. And here usually there's a savings. Okay, I have to take it out and put it in a different account, a different bank. So these things that they're doing is like they're scamming people in a sense. But I mean, it's the bank. It has a policy. But you put money for savings. Oh, partner, you have to be very careful. You have to know what you're doing, or you end up losing. Right? It happened to me and my son, so I know what I see. Right?
So this experience you're giving is in Canada?
Yeah. And I went to open it because he was going to school. He was going to school in the States, and I went to open an account at CIBC bank for him, and he was down there trying to withdraw money because we all put money in his account. He went to withdraw money from down there. He couldn't even get into the CIBC bank like the system. Like they block it because I don't know why, but I had to call them and rectify the problem. Yeah, for him to get money there. But I mean, the bank of Montreal I tell you about. I mean, I have savings there for him. I had to go remove it because I lost a lot of money. I lost $100 from his account, from my savings.
Right.
Not me alone. There was another lady I know. She had money there too. Back in Montreal, when she go back, she had to move it out because they take out so much $100 from her because they say it's inactive. Because it's a savings.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, hello, good morning.
Morning, Pastor Google.
Hi, morning.
Pastor Google, anything special this morning or today is whatever, I mean, it says, whatever it says, they're saying it will respect, right?
Well, I'm talking about the banking and the banking situation.
Oh, well, the banking situation will not doing anything to me, you know?
Okay.
I just wanted to say, thank God Jesus is still alive, that the financial is improving, and I feel so blessed for that. In Jesus' name, amen.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Okay.
So you have a savings account, and within the savings account, you are saving, you have about $3,000 in the bank, and you're saving your money, and the bank calls you to tell you that you need to come in because your account has become inactive. Hello, good morning. How
Pastor
you...
Google.
Yes.
Good morning. From what you are saying, right? If I have an account, right, and I'm making deposit let me say monthly, or every 3 months, right?
Mm-hmm.
How could the bank say my account inactive? I want to hear some more answers on that. Because if you're making deposit, Pastor Google, you say that saving account, right? You're not withdrawing.
No, you're not
you're
withdrawing.
Saving.
Only doing is saving.
Oh, yeah, you're depositing. How could your account be inactive? That account is active. They're supposed to call in because you're deposited. I want to hear some more answers about that. Very good program. Take care.
Thank you very much. Hello, good morning. Hello. That is the question of the day. And as the caller just rightfully said, I would like to have a little more explanation on that. Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Pastor Google.
My morning.
To God be the glory this morning. Great things you have done. Now, the only way that money could be inactive is if you're not putting within 6 months to 9 months, you also put anything within that savings, it will become inactive. But if you are putting it regular, it will not be inactive. I have gone through that procedure because I am a person who within the church, let's go to the bank to do business and so forth. If a pastor come into the country where the immigration or national security is concerned, money is there. But if you are not putting money regular into that account, 6 months, 9 months, it will become inactive. So this is why they will call you and let you know, well, listen, this money, this saving it is not active, you have to come and rectify it. Other than that, if you put in regular every month or every 2 months, you have no problem with that. But once you are not doing it, 6 months gone, 9 months gone, they will call you and let you know this is the procedure, this is the problem, because many of us does not read the fine line when we do something. I could tell you, this is the problem. Even in a business account, it goes the same way. And this is about it. Yes, they will take out service charge and so forth, but what that is concerned is our responsibility to keep it active. Just like we are not, just as how if we're not exercising, we'll have problem in our body. So I hope that maybe answer the question to some, and hope that it will be able to come to a conclusion of the procedure. God bless.
Okay, thank you very much. 342-0081, 342-0081, 771-1791. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yes, Papa, good morning. Yeah. What topic you talking about this one? Something about bank?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, but the bank call you sometimes once you use your account, because I had an account and I wasn't using it, and they just close it just so. So sometimes they don't call you. Once the account not active, then just automatically close it once you are using it. Yeah. So lockdown and listening.
Thank you very much. All right, so I continue to take your calls, 342-0081, and I wanted to hear from you if anybody had an experience where that is concerned, where you would have, you have an account in a bank, you save, that's your savings, you're not touching it, you're not using it, you might from time to time deposit money into it, and then the bank calls you and says to you, well, your account is inactive, and we're going to close the account. Hello, good morning.
Blessed morning to you, Pastor Google.
Febo Village, good morning to you.
As far as the bank and I is concerned, I blow off for them permanently. I don't deal with no banks again. I had a little problem with them, and I didn't like how they treated me. I put my money in Union Trust. That is the way to go. Lockdown as usual, you have a safe and blessed moment. And thank God for the Prime Minister. As usual, God is always the boss. He's up and running again. Good day, Pastor. You have a safe and blessed day.
Thank you very much. Missy, good morning to the people who are listening to me and looking at me from Enterprise. Thank you very much for choosing the Street 919 FM. So remember, you can join me on Facebook and on YouTube. Join me on Facebook and on YouTube and share your views on the issue that we're talking about. And what we're talking about is, you're talking about that you have an account. Let's say $3,000 you have in this account, you're saving, where you're doing your savings and stuff like that. So you just, every like 6 months or whatever, you put money into the account, and the bank then calls you and say to you, here what? The account is inactive. We're going to close the account. You need to come and activate the account. What do you all think about that? Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Pastor Google. That situation you're talking about, that happened to me twice. And the bank do send you notice, but it's just how some of us just ignore it. Because if my first credit card I had, you have to put a certain amount of money, depending on how much you give a credit card for, in a different account to maintain that in case it doesn't pay your credit card bill. And after a while, I went to the bank, and the girl, I think I went to update it or something. She said, but this account is dormant. I said, what do you mean? That is the money they have holding on the credit card. She said, well, dormant, so let's close it out. So we close it out from that special account for the credit card into my savings account. I had a next experience with another bank. They sent me a statement, and they took out $11.01. I said, $11.01? What they took that money for? So I went into the bank and checked it, and them tell me because my account is dormant, they took that fee. Well, I make so much fuss in that bank. You know, they had to give me back my money. I said, but you all never send me a notice to tell me that my account, and listen, was a good bit of money. Yeah? And them telling me that they're charging me $11.01 because my account is inactive. Well, they had to give me back my $11, you know. So since that, and I think they say the account goes dormant after 2 years. But if you continue putting, even if it's once a year, your account don't go dormant. Okay. Because I know it happened to me. So I said, let me just call. And it's a few years back, it's not today. And what I do know, if your money fall under a certain amount, you don't maintain a certain balance. They take on a monthly fee every month from your account. I know that for a fact. And all the banks do it, not only one bank, they all do. So I just let me call and share my experience.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, and have a good day.
Same to you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Same to you.
Yeah, people don't.
Pastor Google, I had an experience with that in the unit trust, in San Fernando. Remember, unit trust was down by the hospital down there?
They're still down there. They're not down there again?
No, not by the hospital again.
Where they are now?
St. James Street.
They're on St. James Street?
I'm talking about the credit union, sorry.
Oh, I want to know what you're saying.
Yeah, the credit union.
Well, you know, make me start to question what it is.
No, the credit union, sorry. I run a susu and I got a $5,000 and I went and I put it, right, in a savings account, about a year and something after. So let me go and check and see how much it has. When I go and the man tell me it's dormant. I say, how you mean dormant? He said, well, it wasn't put in as so tell me the amount I have there. He tell me 2,000 and something. I said, so where the money gone? He telling me, well, you know you have to pay to keep it there. I said, what? I lose that money, I didn't get it back. I still with them, eh? But Pastor Google, if you input money like every month or every 2 months, it's going to stand still. And if I didn't go in, I asked the guy, I say, so if I didn't come in and ask what's going on, all you wouldn't write and say, he say yes. Because you just get I think it's not a monthly thing, but they will send something for you and, tell you how much money you have in the account. But this thing somebody needs to do something, and this thing has to stop, because you taking people money and you're not telling them anything. And they have a way in the bank too. I had this experience in the bank where my husband, I went to take money from his account. And when he was outside the country, when he called and tell me how much he had, when I went, they telling me, well, they're not seeing that and they're not seeing that. I said, so how you mean this? Where his account, his check come in? Pastor Google, a whole $1,000. Well, he came home in a rage. And they showing him a kind of picture and say, well, somebody came and take it out. And they say, well, what time and date? So people, you have to be careful with your money. When you go in the bank or credit union now, you have to be careful, because they're giving you a slip. By 2 months, nothing on that slip. And they're not giving books and anything again. Eh? So people have to be careful what they're doing, because it's your hard-earned money that you're working for. This is rubbish, and I find somebody should start doing something about it. Bye-bye. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Everybody, good morning. Manu, good morning.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes, Pastor Google, good morning. The thing is, they will tell it inactive, yes, right? But then what they can do is close it off, or they will charge you every month. If it's at $20, they take out every month. When you look, it have no money in the account. I know this happens.
Wow. People have real experiences, boy. People having real experiences. This is interesting. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Pastor, the unit just not done by the sample, not done by the work, the Carlton Center now. With JPA, they know.
All right, thank you very much.
All right.
So remember at 10 o'clock we have Miss Nicole Huggins, and then we have Miss Oliver S. Clark, I believe. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, morning.
Good morning, Pastor Google. This is Miss Grant.
Hi, Miss Grant.
Hi, how are you? Pastor Google, the lady there made a very important point there. For some years now, they keep giving you these pieces of slips that after a month, 2 months, it disappeared, right? Years ago, I made some queries on these things. And you know what they're telling you to do? Well, go and photocopy it. Why it is you paying money to do your business, and then you still have to go and pay 50 cents or $1 to photocopy these items this is where I feel the financial institution is dropping the ball, because these elderly people and them, right? When they know they have all these papers stuck up, when you go and you take your set of bills and them, right? You're not seeing anything on it, right? That come like a fraud, Pastor Google. You understand what I'm saying? Right? Because you giving me a paper, right? And after a while, that paper doesn't have anything on it. Right? Why it is these institutions and why it is the financial, the FIU and the central bank and these places allowing this? The Minister of Finance supposed to check this, especially for the elderly people and them. Right? You who young and something happened, you could always run around and check and whatnot. But these elderly people, when you go and say, well, yes, they take out 500. No, why they only take out 100? Because sometimes they're not seeing too good. They go in the bank to see about their business, right? And these attendants and them, could do these kind of things, right? So let us start to get back our printed thing that 20 years from now, you could pull your little slip and say, well, yes, look, I deposited this, I took out this, right? Have a good day. Thank you.
All right. All right, so taking your calls 342-0081, 342-0081, 771-1791, 466-5391, reminding you that you need to, this week, you can win yourself a George Foreman grill. This week on the Street 919 FM, you can win yourself a George Foreman grill using your B Mobile or digital handset by texting 9191, which allows you to contribute only $20. And you need to give your name and also make sure and, put the name of the show that you would have heard the information at. And tune in at 5 p.m. on Friday with Miss Aisha Wells to find out, if you won yourself the George Foreman grill. Okay? So make sure and do that this week. All right? This week on Friday, which is tomorrow, you'll get your opportunity to win yourself a George Foreman grill. All right? So whatever you're baking, cooking, making a sandwich or a snack, include Blue Band, all right, will help you to prepare great tasting meals that's sure to keep a smile on everyone's face. The world needs more joy, so spread it everywhere with Blue Band. All right, and as we were talking during the week this week, and we're telling you that Blue Band, Blue Band is a real a butter that most people remember eating with hot. If you're from the countryside and you take this baking stone bake, you know what I mean? You get the Blue Band from it and you put your Blue Band butter on that. You're in the game. Hello, good morning.
Yes, Pastor, good morning again. The lady just called us now. What is happening with the slip on them? After a while, it's carbon is rubber. But what I think she should do is that get a notebook and make documentary, write it in a notebook. So that way we'll keep a record.
All right, thank you very much.
And listening.
All right, thank you very much. Take care of your body. We have all you need to stay healthy. Pennywise, yes, it's true. Pennywise, just for you. Pennywise give you more to love. So make sure and visit Pennywise today. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning. I had a similar incident there with the bank. I had put a certain amount in the bank, and I hadn't gone there for a long time. Then I got a letter from the bank saying, be advised that our records indicate that the above account has been inactive for an extended period. Your business is important to us, and we encourage you to utilize this account before a certain date for automatic reactivation. Kindly know that if there is no custom, if you don't come and deal with it, it will become dormant, and a monthly fee of $15 would be applied. So I didn't go, and they continue. So they all the money that I had put there, I never withdraw any, but they of themselves withdraw it every month until it's done. When it's done now, they're calling me to tell me about it, and they are telling me that they're going to be taking out an additional $15 every month. So I had to go and deal with it and carry back all my relevant documents to start over the account. So that was my experience. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Interesting. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. A gentleman called a while ago and would have told or give advice, saying that if you get in slips from the bank and the carbon copy is coming off, he said buy a notebook and write it in a notebook. Interesting. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Pastor Google.
Hi.
I want to just tell you my experience. I had opened an account in a credit union, but after that I was not working. So when I got back work, I was very happy and said I would be going to continue my account. And to my surprise, after I done line up and reach up to the counter to put the money, the teller told me, "Ma'am, your account is closed." So I asked her, what does she mean by that? She said, "You will not put in money all the time, so we close the account." So I said, "But you all never call me or send me a message or a letter or anything." She said, so I said, "Where is my money?" She said, "You would have to go Central Bank in Port of Spain and apply for your money there." And I find that was the craziest thing I ever heard. And I would never encourage anybody to put any money in that credit union. I am in another credit union, which is perfect. Have a blessed day, Pastor Google.
Wow, thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Pastor Google, I forget, yes. I forget. I had two problems with two certain banks. No name, no warrant. Pastor Google, we had a group in our area, but eventually the group mashed up. So I personally take certain amount of money and put back in the account. But then I realized, I said, "But Gemma, you have no sense. Every month, $15 coming out from the account. $15. I said, "Gemma, so wait, you put in money for the bank to take?" So I tell the secretary, "Well, both of us, you want you to go and signature to take out the money." So I went back and I told her what to do. I said, "Well, then no, personally, is I put this money in the account." She said, "Well, yes or no." So both of us went and we signed, and I ended up taking out the little change what we made. But they take money like thieves, you understand? And some years ago also, I was in another bank, my personal account. And eventually, it resumed to a certain much. And eventually, I sit down there, I said, "Look, you see me, let me go and check my money that I have in this account." When I go, you know what they tell me? To go down in Central Bank. It have no money there. The money is in Central Bank because I wasn't using it. I said, "What? Central Bank?" I say, "I must go Central Bank for the money." I said, "Let me tell you something. I never put my money in Central Bank. I put my money in the bank here. And before I go inside, I full a bag with stone and come back inside there, please give me my money." And eventually, well, the manager come downstairs and they talk to him and thing. And he said, "Look, just give the lady her money." And I end up getting back my money. And that was the end of it. Okay? All right, Pastor Google.
All right, thank you very much. And people are giving their experiences of what happened with the banking situation. And I'm realizing that a lot of people have really bad experiences. All right, a lot of people have a lot of bad experiences. So is it that they have to change their communications in the way that they deal with people where banking is concerned? Because there's some people saying that the only time they find out that the account closed is when they visit the bank. But and that is what I'm asking, and that's what I'm saying. I'm asking the question because if you just have an account saving, if you're just using an account to save money in, and that means that you're not really going to be frequenting the account, frequenting the bank, and they can close the account. You might see people saying that they do send you letters, but just I don't know. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. First time caller here.
Thank you for calling.
I have a serious complaint about the banking industry here. They don't make it easy for the elderly. My grandmother is in her 90s, and she really cannot move too much, right? And she has to check her accounts. Now, they don't make it easy for the elderly, and she has an account with a bank that's really, it's not active as much, right? And now I'm worried. I'm listening to your program. Now I'm worried because we don't have access to her account, so it really is on her part to check it. So, it's really hard. I wish the banking system could improve it for the elderly. At least they could, get access to it, some kind of thing, especially during these times, the COVID times, if they could allow home visits, something like that to help the elderly keep track of it because their money couldn't be lost when they themselves can't move or physically get to the banks. And my grandmother does not use online banking, so it's really unfair to them. I wish someone in that industry could make it easier for the elderly.
All right. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
no one will.
All right, and I want to thank the young lady who would have called a while ago and make suggestions, especially for the elderly. And I want to also say that this is in no way to bash, because we're not calling any banks names, which I appreciate very much. None of the callers would have called any of the banks names or credit union names. So we want to thank you, callers. Thank you very much for that. And we want to tell you, this is in no way, again, to bash any of the banks. We just looking at solutions of how to deal with the evolving situations that are happening, and it's a interesting discussion. All right. So again, remember that this is in no way to discredit any of the banks or to bring down any bank. And I'm glad that none of you callers would have identified any bank, because we're not about that anyway. All right? We're not about that in any way. So again, I wanted to take my hat off to all the callers who called this morning, and none of them would have pointed out of any of the banks. I want to appreciate that. So remember, at 10 o'clock, we have Miss Nicole Huggins coming up, and we want you to don't touch your dial, stick and stay. Remember, we have for you to get your bottle of Omega XL. Get your bottle of Omega XL if superstars like Pollard and Bravo, Simmons and Ravi B and all those, well-known stars that you look up to are using Omega XL for joint pain and relief. So you can do also. Just pick up your bottle of Omega XL. Pick up your bottle of Omega XL right now at any leading pharmacy, or you can call 225-0410. So live long, live strong with Omega XL. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, morning.
Yes, Pastor. What I'm asking, I had a U.S. account. If I have a U.S. account, no matter I live in Trinidad, my husband used to travel, so I made a U.S. account. When I went to the bank and I asked for my money, I never know that you will not get back U.S. money. They'll give you in TP. That is a U.S. account. And if I put U.S. in there, I expect to get U.S. Tell me if I right or wrong.
That is something I will get more information on for you, because I understand what you're saying, but as I just said, it's something to just get some more information on.
It is actually a U.S. account I opened.
Yeah, I know, I understand.
Actually, let me tell you the rest of it. I put in U.S. money, right? When I went to the bank, they want to give me TT money. When I start to make noise, I say I want all my money now and I want it back in U.S. I don't want no TT. I didn't ask the country. And I make noise. And I get back all my money immediately. I say I want all. Give me all now. And I get it back. Right. Because I never asked that when I come to convert nothing, I open a U.S. account and I want back my U.S. money when I come for money. Or my husband used to travel, so I have that there. These banks and them just want to do people what they want and as they feel.
All right.
And people need to do something about that.
All right. Thanks very much.
Dealing with current issues in society.
If we could only get, as I've said repeatedly, the sort of attitude that the population as a whole has to the entire carnival celebrations, if you could have that throughout the year. Trinidad and Tobago would be the richest country in the world.
The official station that defends the nation. The Street 91 FM. The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Tonight we're celebrating. We don't break down some barriers. We don't mash up some walls. We don't put the devil in the place. So we're going to celebrate.